for question 1 first, okay? I'll leave the answer here, but I will do it again. So this question, they ask you to factorize completely a square b plus 3ac minus ab square minus 3bc. So how do you know how to factorize? Is first you need to take note how many terms are there. Okay, so over here, right, you have 1 term, 2 term, 3 term, 4 terms. Okay, so if it's 4 terms, right, you need to factorize 2 by 2. Okay, having said that, if 2 by 2 doesn't work, then you will factorize 3 by 1. Yeah, so 4 terms only got 2 ways, 2 by 2 or 3 by 1. Okay, so what you're going to do is you check whether 2 by 2 is possible or not. Alright, notification, this paper is from St. Joseph Institution. Okay, and the worksheet is available in our Telegram, so you can feel free to go and download it. Alright, so I will just continue, okay? Okay, so looking at this question, right, if we need to factorize this 4-term expression, what do? We are going to first look at the first two. I'm going to group the first two, and I'm going to look at the last two. Okay, if the first two no common factor, then I will regroup again. But this one, okay, definitely we can see there's something that we can take out. Can you see that there's a square and there's a here? Okay, so the common factor is actually a. Okay, the highest is a. You cannot take a square because there's no a square here. Okay, the highest is a. So if you take out a already, right? Okay, you will be left with a and b here. Yeah, because there's a square here, so we got 2 of them. So a and a make up a square. Next one, right? You take out a here already, right? You take it out already. So you're left with a 3c. Okay, so here is a 3c. And then for the behind portion, because if you see got negative and negative, I want you to straight away take out the negative sign. Okay? Then here got a, here no a, so no common factor for a. B square and b, you will take out b. Okay? And that will leave you with ab. Because ab square divided by b, you divide by 1b, you're left with the ab. Okay? Now negative already bring outside, so it means now your change sign become a plus. You take out b already, so you're left with a 3c. Okay? 3c like this. Yeah? Okay? Then from here, right, you will see that ab plus 3c, ab plus 3c, they are the common factor. Okay? From in front and at the back. Yeah, I want you to remember you are actually looking now like this. 1 term, another term like this. So their common factor now is this one. Okay, which you are going to take it out. AB plus 3C. And then whatever that's left, right, is your A minus B. Okay, and you can just park it behind. And this one is your fully factorized version. You can write this as your answer, or you can write it as A minus B. AB plus 3C is also okay. Because multiplication, it doesn't matter which one is in front, which one is at the back. Okay? Question 5, requested from Dino. Okay? So, question 5, okay, since you want to know this, I will just erase my working and I will just do it again, but I'll leave the answer there. Okay, so we have a straight line with this equation, okay, which is a 3x plus 2y equals to c. And it passes through the point 1, 3. When it passes the point 1, 3, right? Okay, can I just ask you all, this one, is it your x or y? This one, is it your x or y? Do you know which one is your x and y every time? Thank you, C, for following, and thank you, Doc Rain, for sharing the live. Thank you. Yeah, okay, every time it comes to coordinate, do you know that which one comes first? Okay, 1x. Okay, so you are saying yes. So you are saying that the x always comes first, then the y is the second one, right? Okay, done, Charlotte. Very good. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, we are going to substitute, right, that x is 1 and y is 3 into the equation that they give us, which is the 3x plus 2y equals to c. Okay, so 3x, your x is a 1. Okay, 2y, y is a 3 according to the question, and then it's equals to c, right? So with that, right, you just need to key into your calculator at this point in time, and then you will get c is equals to 9. Okay, that's how you find the c. Okay, so next one, find the gradient of L1. Okay, knowing that the c is 9, right, I want you to rewrite this entire equation. It will be 3x plus 2y equals to, now, your c, right, is your 9. Okay, your c, right, is your 9, so you put it in here. Yeah? Okay, then what you're going to do right now, to find gradient, right? Remember, to find gradient, you have to write it in y equals to mx plus c. Whereby, right, your m is the gradient. Okay, recall with you, this one you learn in secondary 1. Okay, if you take G3 maths, you learn this in secondary 1. But if you take G2 maths, then this one you learn in secondary 2. Okay, so now, to be able to get a gradient, you need to make sure, right, is 1y. Okay, 1y. So to make sure it's 1y, first bring my 3x to the other side, right? Then it will become a negative 3x. Okay, this one is a 9. 9 means it's a positive 9, like this. Next step, right, I need you to divide by 2 because I want you to make sure it's a 1y. Okay, because to get a gradient, it must be a 1y here. Must remember that. So you will divide by 2, you will get negative 3 over 2x plus 9 over 2. Okay, and once you derive this equation, right, y is here, m is your gradient, so your m is your negative 3 over 2. Okay, that means this one I need to change up, okay, and then plus c, this one y-intercept. Since they ask for the gradient, okay, so the gradient, we will take the number in front of the coefficient of the x. That means, right, your answer is negative 3 over 2, or if you write it as decimal, it's also fine, negative 1.5. Okay, I'm taking my N-level around October. This is good revision. Thanks, Cher. Okay, I hope it helps. Yeah, so although this is a Sec 2 paper, but technically it's also tested for if you are taking N-levels or you are revising for your Sec 3. Sec 4 also is actually helpful lah. Okay, okay. Next one. Okay, so for the question 6, right? Okay, I will just tell you the approach because I feel like it's quite doable for question 6. Okay. So I can spend more time in other things. Also, so for question 6, right, you're given 2 equations. The first equation, 2x plus 3y equals to 6, given here. And then you are given negative 2x plus y equals to plus y equals to negative 3 whole and 1/3, which I put it as equation 2 here. Okay? Now, if you take a look at these 2 equations, right, you will realize that here is a 2x and bottom is a negative 2x. Okay? In other words, right, their coefficient is already a 2. Yeah, they are same already. The only difference is this is a positive and this is a negative. Okay, so how do you get rid of the x, right? Is you just simply need to add them together. Because when you add them together, right, it is the same as saying 2x minus 2x. You take this, you minus this. Because why? You add them together that time, it's actually a plus, right? Then you plus this, right? Okay, but you learn that plus and minus will become a minus. That's why when you add them together, right, it's essentially saying that it's just 2x minus 2x. You will get rid of the x. Okay? So the approach here to get rid of x is you're going to add the 2 equations. Can you understand? Okay? This one is Sec 2. Sec 2. Later Sec 1, I'm doing at 8:30. Okay? Yeah, so that's why I add them together. I will put this here. Then I will put plus my equation 2. I'll put this here. Okay? Then I take 6 plus this one, negative 3 whole and 1/3. Okay? Then 2x minus 2x minus 2x. Okay, let me go and change up this. This should be a 2x. Okay? Yeah. 2x minus 2x, it will be gone. Okay? My 3y plus y, it will become a 4y. This one, just key in your calculator. Anyway, this one plus and minus become minus, you should know. Become 2 whole and 2/3. Okay? Yeah. Then you will get 4y is 2 whole and 2/3. So to get 1y, you'll take 2 whole and 2/3 divide by 4. Then you key in the calculator, you get 2/3. Yeah? After you find the y, because they ask for coordinate, so you must find your x. So you will sub in y is 2 whole and, your y is 2/3, okay, into either of the equation. You can sub in to 1 or you can sub in to 2. Doesn't matter because, okay, at point T, right, is where 2 equations intersect. Where they intersect, right, your point T will lie there. So your point T will lie in these 2 lines. So it doesn't matter which one you sub into. Okay, so let's say we sub into equation 1. Let's sub into here, right? And then you just copy it, 2x here, plus here, 3 here, and then your y, you're going to sub in the 2/3. Okay, sub it in here, equals to 6. Okay, common mistake here, this one here, okay, is not 3 whole and 2/3, people. This one is 3y, is 3 times that 2/3. Okay, so you must times together. And when you times together, actually the opposite can cancel. The 3 and 3 can cancel. So you're just left with a 2. Okay, then what you just need to do is you bring over the plus 2, become a minus 2. So 2x equals to a 4. Okay, 6 minus 2 is a 4. So to find x is 4 divided by 2, you get a 2. Okay, then remember your final answer coordinates, right? You must always write x first then y. So you have to put the 2 first here, then you put your y here. Okay, do not switch the order up. Because you switch the order up, your answer will be wrong. Let's look at 7b, okay? A line passes through R. Okay, so R is here and cuts the y-axis at 0, 5. Okay, 0, 5. So just now, S is 0, -5. Now, if y-axis is 0, 5, okay, let me mark out the point at 0, 5, a random point. X is 0, y is 5. Okay, let's say I mark out a point like this. Okay, this one is 0, 5. Yeah? Okay, how I know it's 0? Because x is 0 here. Then y is 5, you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, okay? Okay, so it passes through this point at the y-axis, because this is your y-axis, right? Okay, and it passes through R as well. And they say that it's a line. Okay, so if they say it's a line, then you know that, okay, it must be a downward sloping line. So how do you get the equation of the line? Now, everybody, can you tell me what is the general formula for equation of line? No matter the line is downward or upward, okay, the general equation is always the same. Anyone can tell me? Y equals mx plus c. Thank you. Yes, y equals to mx plus c. Yeah, that's what I want, because I want the equation of the line. The question is asking for that. And every time they ask you for equation of a line, right, you always need to find two things, gradient and y-intercept. Okay? Yeah, so y-intercept is your c. So what is y-intercept? Y-intercept, right, is where it passes through your y-axis. And it must be the y, not the x. Okay, like in this case, this is your x is a 0. So don't take this one. Okay, this is then your y-intercept, which is a 5. In other words, right, just based on this information, you will know that your c is a 5 already. Okay? Okay, then now, we know that R, right, your R is 2.50, which means your point is 2.5 and 0. Alright? Now, with these two clues, okay, with these 2 points, I mean, you can actually find your M. Okay? So, what is the formula for the M? Okay? Somebody just now tell me rise over run. You can use that, but I don't like to use rise over run, because rise over run, you all usually will forget that negative sign when it's a downward sloping graph. So the safer formula you use, right, you will not forget the negative, is you can just use this y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so what are your y and what are your x? Okay, you can label it. Let's say, for example, let's say if you want to label this as your x1, then this must be your y1. If this is your x2, then this must be your y2. Just remember, right, if this is 1, this must be 1. It must come together because they are same coordinate. It cannot be like here is 1, here is 2, then wrong already. Okay? But then question is, then can this be 2 and 2? Yes, it can. If here is 2 and 2, then here is 1 and 1. Okay? Yeah? Okay, then we're going to sub in the numbers, okay? So what is your y2? Your y2 is a 5. Okay, remember this minus, just park it here as well. Okay, your y1 is a 0, so just put in 0, over your x2 is a 0. Okay, according to your formula, it's always a minus, plug in your minus. And then your x1 is a 2.5, so you just put a 2.5 like this. Okay, then just key into your calculator. Yeah, key into a calculator. That will give you a -2. Okay, and it will make sense. Why is it a -2? Because it's a downward sloping line. So you have found your M, right, is a -2, and that will actually give you your answer. The equation of the line is y equals to minus 2x, okay, plus 5. Okay, so this question, right, when I'm doing the 7b, is actually applicable if you are a Sec 1 to all the way to a Sec 4 student. Because Sec 1, you also learn this. So I hope that this will help you all in the revision, okay, no matter which level you are in. Yeah, this linear equation, this linear graph lah. Okay, can just sub 0, 5 into the equation. You want to sub 0, 5 into the equation to find what thing? Yeah, because if you sub 0, 5, then you still got the M and C. So you still left with the M and C, you still haven't found. So what is the thing that you sub other than 0, 5? Yeah. So question 10, right, we have a diagram shows the net of a right pyramid with square base side y cm, okay, and each triangular face has an area of 8.4 cm square and a height of 5.6 cm. Okay, so they say that the triangular face, the area is 8.4 cm square. Okay, the height is 5.6. Find the value of y. Okay, so the height 5.6, they already mark out for us also 5.6 here. Okay, so we know that, okay, the area is 8.4 means, okay, this one is also 8.4, right? Okay, the area is 8.4. Okay, and we know that for a triangle is half times base times height will give you the area 8.4. Okay? So since they tell us this is a square and the square, right, okay, the side is y, means all the length are the same. It's going to be y and y and y, right? So you will know, your base is a y, correct, everybody? Your base is a y and your height is a 5.6. Okay, so you just need to sub in like this. Yeah, that's your equation. So what you're going to do next, you will take half times 5.6 first. Okay, which will give you a 2.8. Y is equals to 8.4. Then the next step is just divide away the 2.8. Okay, 8.4 divided by 2.8, that will give you a 3. Okay, so your value of y is a 3. Yes, correct. Okay, Singapore Aviator. Thank you for sharing my live. Thank you, Amo, for following me, and user 1153. Okay, so yeah, that's how you do part A. Quite simple, okay? This one not even Sec 2 math. This one is like primary school math. This one I think P6 can do it also. Okay, so we look at part B. Okay, volume of a pyramid. Okay, so imagine your pyramid. Okay, let me fold the pyramid up and imagine the pyramid together. So your pyramid, okay, is a square base. Okay, and you have the center. Okay, and then you have something like this at the center. Okay, now, so I fold it up already. Okay, I hope you all can tell this is the pyramid. Alright, and then we need to find this volume. Okay, so the volume, right, of a pyramid, who can tell me what is the formula? Volume of pyramid, what is that formula? Anybody can recall? 1/3 times base area times height. You're right. Okay, 1/3 times base area times height. Okay, now do take note, right? Okay, what is your height here? Your height is not this slant height, not this slant height, not this slant height. Okay, to find your volume, right, your height must be from the top, from the top to the bottom at the center there. That is your height. Okay, that 90 degree, that is your height. Yeah, so that is something you need to be very clear, because right, everybody, this 5.6 they give you, right, is not this height they are referring to. This 5.6, right, is actually your, you see, is your triangle here, which is triangle here, right, and that is in the middle, right, so it's actually your, this one like that. This one is your 5.6. You know, it is not your vertical height from center down. Understand, not everybody? So you cannot take 5.6 as your height. Okay, you know your y is 3, you know like that is 3, right? Okay, so you know this one is a 3. Your y is a 3. Okay, then how? Okay, so let me zoom in, okay, to show you how to find it. So you want to find this one instead, the 90 degree one here. Okay, now bearing in mind, this one is also a 3, right? So what I will do is I will first take out this triangle right here. I hope you all can tell there's a triangle that you can take out from the center downward to the, from the top to the center, and then you go all the way to the right and then go to your slant height here. Okay, so the triangle, let me draw it out for you, okay, from your pyramid. Yeah, so your right angle is here. Okay, this is your vertical height that you're supposed to find. I'll put a H, okay? And then this one, right, okay, since this whole thing is a 3, okay, and I'm only taking half of it here, so it's going to be a 3/2, okay, and this slant height over here is a 5.6 according to the context that they give right here just now, 5.6. Okay, and now everybody, can you tell what method do you need to use to find your H? Very good, Marco, right? Pythagoras theorem, yes. Okay, let me just tell you something. Every time, right, you see pyramid, okay, you see pyramid, right? If you never use Pythagoras theorem, something is wrong, okay? Because pyramid always like to combine with Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so according to your Pythagoras theorem, okay, by Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Okay, your hypotenuse, the longest side must be by one side. So it's 5.6 square equals to h square plus 3 over 2 square. Yeah? Okay, so what I will do, 5.6 square minus 3 over 2 square, because I bring this over, okay? Then equals to my h square. Then to get my h, I will just square root. Don't need to take the negative. Usually square root we have the plus minus, but this one we don't need because, okay, for height, right, it cannot have negative one. So I will have something like this, which now I can key into the calculator. Okay, so 5.6 square minus 3 over 2. Then I square it. Okay, let me see. And then you will have 5.3953. Okay, you have a lot decimal in your calculator, but keep it to at least a 5 SF for intermediate answer. You all should know that, right? Okay. Okay, then now we can actually find the answer already. Okay, since the volume is 1/3 times base area times height, so let's go back to this. Okay, we will know that 1/3 times the base area, did they tell us? They never, but we can find because you know your y is 3, so 3 times 3 will give you a base area of square. So it's half times 3 times 3, which is your area of square, times your height. Okay, your height just now we found is your 5.3953. Okay, yeah, so let's do that. Then you will get the answer already. Times 5.3953. And then you are going to have, okay, you are going to have 16.2. Okay, and here is in cm, right? So it's cm cube. Yeah, 3SF. Yeah, so that's your answer. Any questions so far? Everyone? Sounds not very hard, to be honest. It's not hard. It's just the part that you need to know the height of a pyramid, right? It doesn't come from here. Okay, because here when you fall at that time, it's your slant one. You must take the vertical height for your volume. But if they ask for surface area, that's when you need to use the slant height. So let's look at question 11. The diagram shows an open cylindrical tank of radius 1 meter and height 10 meter. Now the open word is very important. Open means there's no lid here. Okay? There's no lid here. So like you can imagine a cup, right? Okay, there's no lid at all. Yeah, that's open. Okay, cylindrical tank of radius 1 meter and height 10 meter, and the tank contains water to a depth of 3 meter. Calculate the area of the tank that is in contact with the water, leaving your answer in terms of pi. Okay, area of tank in contact with the water. All right. So, do you agree with me, right? The tank that's in contact with the water must be this curved part, all the way at the back until here. Do you agree with me or not? This curved part. Yes or no? It must be that curved. Ooh, my Apple Pencil. It must be that curved part plus what, everybody? Everybody, this one got contact with the tank or not? The top part got contact with the tank or not? Yes or no? This top part, the water, right, got in contact with the tank or not? Yes or no? So no, no. This one, no. But at the bottom, do you think it's a yes? Do you agree with me? Bottom, the water is in contact with the tank at the bottom part. So there is a circle at the bottom part. Correct or not? Okay? So there's a circle at the bottom, at the base there. Okay, so I will just write circle. Okay, circle at the base. Okay, now the curve part. Let's talk about the curve part first. Anybody know the formula to get the area of the curve part? Okay, who can remember the formula? Pi r square is the circle, not the curve part. The curve part is like that. You know, like this, like surrounding like that. Okay, so no, curve part. I still haven't got the answer. Pi dh. Thank you, user 265395. Come, let me know your profile. Are you a student, Sec 2 student, Sec 3 student, or are you a teacher? Working adult. Okay, yes, the curve part is pi times diameter times height. Okay, everybody? Yeah, that is your formula. Okay? Working adult. Okay, you still remember your stuff. Very good. Okay, so yeah, they asked us to live in terms of pi, so I'm just going to keep the pi there. My diameter, okay, if my radius is a 1, my diameter, it must be a 2. Okay, so my diameter is a 2. And my height, right, my height of the water is, I must take 10. I don't need to take 10 minus 3. It's already a 3. Okay, yeah, so the height is just a 3 already. Yeah. So that will give me the area of the curve part. And then my area of circle at the bottom, this part here, is pi times radius is a 1 square. Okay? So that will give you 6 pi plus pi. Pi times 1 times 1 is still a pi. Okay? 6 pi plus pi, this is like your algebra like that. Okay? 6 pi plus pi is the same as 6 pi plus 1 pi. So you get 7 pi. So 7 pi meter cube. You see pi RL, right? That one you are referring, I think you are confused with cone. Cone, okay? Cone for that curve part right there. Then you pi RL, okay? Yeah. You learn this, okay, in Sec 1. So that's why you never see in Sec 2 textbook, because you already learned in Sec 1. So you need to revise your Sec 1 textbook, okay? Mensuration is split into 2 different parts. First part is taught in Sec 1, whereby they teach you area and volume of prism, cylinder, okay, yeah, mainly these 2. Then in Sec 2, your mensuration, then they teach you cone, they teach you pyramid, they teach you sphere and hemisphere. So they split into these 2 portions. So doesn't mean Sec 2 you learn the pyramid, the sphere, all that. That means you should forget your Sec 1, which is your cylinder, all that. So you still need to also go and revise your Sec 1 mensurations. Calculate the volume of the water in the tank, leaving your answer in liters. Okay, so who can remember how to find the volume of water, which in this case is in the cylindrical shape? Who can remember the formula? This one is also from your Sec 1 stuff. Okay? So those of you who join my Telegram here, right, don't just download the Sec 2 formula sheet. Use the Sec 1 as well, because the Sec 1, some of the formulas need to use for Sec 2 topics, or maybe for end of year, they test certain Sec 1 stuff also. Pi r square h, yes. Your volume is always, okay, for 3D figure, most of the 3D figure are depending on shape, but most of them is base area times height. Okay, and because your base area is a circle, so it's pi r square times your height, so it's pi r square h. So your r is a 1, your h, right, in this case is a 3. Okay, so then you just key into your calculator, because they never say anything about pi, so I'm going to use calculator pi times 1 square times 3, I will get 9.424777961. Okay, I'm just going to write the whole thing down. And this is meter cube. But they want in liters. Okay, now the conversion is probably the hard part, because you are not too sure how to convert meter cube to liters. Okay, but let me test you, okay? Okay, so let me zoom into here. Okay, everybody, how do you change meter cube to liters? 1 liter is 1000 ml. Or you are thinking 1 liter is 1000 cm cube. But this is meter cube, you know? So not 100 also. But what you can do, right, is I give you a trick. You must use this one. 1 liter is equal to 1000 cm cube. Which also means you need to change your meter cube to cm cube first. Okay, but question is, how to change meter cube to cm cube? Okay, tell me how to change meter cube to cm cube first. Times 100. Okay. So that's where the misconception come about, right? Because you all think 1 meter is 100 cm. Then you think times 100 lor. But that is if it's meter and cm. But this is cube already. Amito. Wow, Amito, you can go to Sec 2 already. Okay, yeah, because it's cube already means what? You must cube here, left side, and you must cube here on the right side. So it means 1 meter cube, right, is the same as 100 cube cm cube. Yeah. So it means, right, if you want to change meter cube to cm cube, right, it's times 100 cube. Now, what is times 100 cube? 100 cube is you repeat this 100, this 0, 0, 3 times, right? So it's like 1 time, 2 time, 3 time like this. Yeah. So, yeah. Those of you who type to me this, but you need to be careful how many zeros are there lah. Okay. In case you're careless, I will recommend you don't expand out. You just simply go and key in calculator times 100 cube, and it's possible one. Okay, I show you how to do it. Okay. Okay, so calculator. Okay, what's the number again? Let me see. 9.4247. Okay, let's see. Actually, just now my answer is here, right? 9.4247. Okay, then right, you times 100 cube, you put this power, x power function, then you put the 3 here. This is 100 cube. Okay, yeah. So if you do that, right, okay, you will actually manage to get, you will be able to get 9.42470. Actually, if I were to include more of this, if I were to type more of this, right, earlier on, let me see, 424777961. Okay, so I will actually get 9424777.961 instead. Okay, but doesn't matter, later we run out of 3SF, it will not affect. Yeah. Okay, so when I do that, right, I already changed to cm cube. Then my last step is from cm cube to liters, I need to divide by 1000. Okay? Yes. So now I need to divide by 1000. Okay, just key in the calculator, divide by 1000, you get 9424.777961 liters. 3 SF it will be 1, 2, 3, look at this 4, so it's 9420 liters. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's your answer, okay? 9420 liters. So we have 16 boys and 15 girls took a test. The scores are shown in the stem and leaf diagram. Okay? Now, the boys. If you all zoom in a little bit more, right, the boys, when they put 4 and then the line 6, it means 64. What does it mean? So I want you to see, the 4 is here, the line is here, the 6 is here. So if you look like this, right, this is not 46, but it's 64. Why? Because this is your stem and leaf diagram. It means you must always look at the stem first before you look at the leaf. Okay, your leaf is on the left side and on your right side. This is a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram. So now over here, if it's 64, right, you have 6, 4. You will look like that. 6, 4, 64. So even though when we look visually, right, it's a 4, 6 like this, actually means 64. Okay, that's the significance. Okay, for girls it's much easier because it's parked on the right side. So visually it's easier to see. 60. So 60 is like 60. You look like this. So it's a 60. Okay, as simple as that, huh? Okay, so write down the mode of the girl's score. Okay, so writing down the mode of the girl's score. Mode is the one that occur the what? What's the keyword here, everybody? Occur the yes, you say 63, very good. Yes, occur the most number of times, yes. So which one occur the most number of times? Okay, if you realize, this 3 appear like 3 times. 5 only appear 2 times. 8 also appear 2 times. 2 also appear 2 times. 9 also appear 2 times. This one 8 also appear 2 times. 4 also appear 2 times. 1 appear 2 times. But then, okay, this one got appear 4 times, but then this is the boys. Okay, so actually I should not be looking at boys, this is girls. So I only look here. Okay, so over here for the girls, right, the one that repeated the most is actually this 333. And this 333 is actually 63. 63. Yes, so your mode here is a 63. Okay? Okay, so this is an easy one. Now, the next one, B, median. Okay? Now, what is median? Median, it must be the one that occur in the middle. Okay, it's different from average. It must be the one that occur in the middle. So I have a trick to teach you all how to find the middle position. Okay? To find the middle position, right? Okay, always use this formula. N plus 1 divided by 2. What is your N? N is how many people are there. Okay? Now, I want you to look at your boys. Okay? Here. How many boys are there, everybody? What is your N, everybody? for this question? What is your N? Your N is 17. Okay, when you say 17, I think you plus 1 already. Your N is, in this case, how many boys are there? 16, yeah, correct. So it's 16 plus 1 divided by 2. That will give you your middle position, okay? Which is your middle position, which is 8.5. Okay. But middle position doesn't mean it's a median. Okay, it just tells you the position. So 8.5, right, you must count from the smallest to the 8.5 position. So where's the smallest? You cannot count like this. You cannot count here first. No, because that's not the small. That's not the smallest. The smallest, you remember looking at this, right? You must look at this 5, 0, 5, 5. So the smallest actually begin here. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 is in the middle. Okay, so if it's in the middle, let me just erase just now that one. Okay, it's in the middle of what? Okay, everybody, this is 64 and 68. Now, if it's in between 64 and 68, right, you must take 64 plus 68, then you divide by 2 because you want to find in the middle of 64 and 68. Plus together, divide by 2, you find in the middle is a 66. That is your median score for the boys. Yeah. Can I say right, everybody? All good, Okay, part C. Explain briefly whether the boys or the girls perform better in the test. Okay, so usually when we want to perform whether they, usually we want to compare whether they perform better, we have to use 3 different things to compare. And it really depends on which one you think that is the best representative measure of the data. So we'll use either mean or median or mode, correct or not? Okay, and in this case, since we got the mode, we got the median, we didn't find any mean, right? Okay, most probably we will not go to the mean. Either use median or mode to compare. Okay, wait, is this same as average? Amito, no. Average is called mean. In secondary school, right, average is called mean. It will not be called average. Yeah, median is basically if let's say I give you a very small set of numbers. Like let's say I give you 1, 2, 2, 3, 5. Okay, now my median, right, it must be the number that's here. Why? Because left side I got 2 numbers, right side I got 2 numbers, the middle one is my number 2. Yeah. And having said that, to get your median, it must always arrange in ascending order first. Like from small number to big number, then the middle one. Okay? This one is very nice in the middle, but sometimes it really depends if you got odd number or even numbers. Like here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you got odd numbers, 5 numbers, right, then your median is going to be just very nice, a nice number in the middle. But if let's say you got 6 numbers, I give you one more here. Okay, then what does it mean? What it will mean is right side got 3 numbers, left side got 3 numbers, right? Then your median, right, is going to be here, in between the 2 and 3. Then your median is going to be 2 plus 3, then you divide by 2. That's how I explain median in a very, very simplest way possible using a very small set of numbers. Okay? Okay? Why 2 plus 3? Because you want in the middle, right? And anyway, even if you don't need to do this, right? You should know in between 2 and 3 is what? In between 2 and 3 is? Must be your? Isn't it your 2.5? Correct. Then isn't it if you do this, isn't it also get 2.5? Correct or not? So if you don't know the middle what number is it, you just always add these 2 then divide by 2. But if you know it, then it's okay. This one is easy to know because you know in between 2 and 3 is definitely 2.5. But let's say if this number is a 11, this one is a 17, not so straightforward. Or let's say this 11 is 99. You want to know in the middle how? Then you don't know, right? So you have to take 99 plus 11, then you divide by 2. Then you can find that median. Okay, Can? Okay. All good? Yes. Okay. Let's see what other questions you have. What is mode? Mode is the one that occur the number of times. Most number of times. Like this one occur 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's compare the median then. We know median for boys is 66. Okay, let's look at median for girls. Okay, so applying the same thing. Your median for girls, right? Okay, how do you find? Is you will go and look at how many girls are there. So let me go to the data and you will know that, hey, there are 15 girls. Okay, so if there are 15 girls, right, your middle position is 15 plus 1 divided by 2. By the way, just to recall again, this formula you need to memorize. N plus 1 divided by 2, find middle position. Alright, so right, you will know middle position must be the 8 number. Okay, 8 number. So I'm going to count my 8 numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will know that, right? I will know that, okay, when I end at 8, where did you go in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I end at 63. So I know my median for girls, right, is a 63. Okay, my median for girls is 63. Now, the fact that your median for girls is a 63 and your median for boys is a 66. Your mode for girls is 63 and your mode for the boys is the one that occur 1111. Remember, it's not 17. You must look at STEM first. Then look here, it's a 71. Okay, so let's compare. See, your mode for the boys compared to the mode for the girls, your boys is higher. Okay, the boys is higher. Your median for the boys is 66. Your median for the girl is 63. Also higher. Okay, so both also suggest that boys score are higher, right? So you can actually use median and mode for this case. Yeah. To prove that in general, right, okay, the boys actually perform better. Can I understand, everyone? Okay? So, we are going to say, okay, this is the last part already. After this, we are going to do Sec 1 live later at 8:30. Okay, so last part, let me just write it down for you. Okay. So we are going to say both the median, okay, which is, in this case for the boy is 66, and the modal come from the mode, but in this case now it's adjective, so I'll write modal marks, which is 71, of the boys are higher than the girls. Okay? Whereby the median is 63 and mode earlier on is also 63, correct? Just now we found, yeah, both 63. Okay? Therefore, we can conclude, right? Therefore, the boys performed better in the test.